What is up? Welcome to another episode of The Route, where we talk all about scaling pest control companies. I'm Landon Danes. I've been in pest control since 2016, scaled multiple companies, one of my own, started in 2021, got acquired in 2024 for 7 figures, and now help other business owners do the same thing. So on this episode, we're going to talk about time management as a pest control owner. It's a topic that isn't easy to attribute a dollar amount to or a value to, but when you really break it down, there's a ton of value that comes from this. Most pest control owners get stuck because they're juggling 50 different things every day. And if you're a business owner, you know that in your business at any time, there's at least 20 to 30 different fires that need to be put out. And so most pest control owners get stuck in this maintenance mode because all they're doing every day is putting out fires left and right. Calling this customer, responding to this email, fixing this invoice, doing this service, doing this callback, talking to one of your employees, fixing this software thing, fixing this system in the business, getting maintenance on the truck, getting a new product, getting the spray gun fixed, like just so many things that just don't push the business forward. It just maintains the business. And if that sounds like you, then this should be super helpful in talking about how to manage your time and actually move the business forward at a 7 to 20 to 30 times faster rate. So talking to the group of clients I'm working with right now and kind of ran them through this exercise of think about your day or week. Just think about a period of time. And if this sounds familiar, think about this. So most owners start their day something like this. So they sit down, they've got their day planned out with 3 or 4 main things they're going to tackle. And so you got that plan in mind. An hour or so into that, you get an unexpected call from a customer, from an employee, from someone in the business that needs your attention. And then so boom, you go and do that task first. Now you're behind. Then you get back to the original task. And then you check your email and there's someone that needs your attention. Again, a customer, employee, vendor, someone invoice that's late, someone needs your attention. And so boom, now you focus on that thing. It takes you 30 minutes to sort that out. Then you get back to the original task and then you spend another hour doing that. And then boom, you get another phone call and all of a sudden it's 5 p.m. and you realize all you've done for the entire day is just put out fires, maintain the business, and knock off a few tasks that weren't on your plate before the day started. You didn't expect those. And there's still those few main key tasks that aren't getting done. And you look back on your days and you're like, I don't know why I'm not getting more done. Like all the hours in my day are taken up. I'm working the whole time. I'm not being, I'm not just watching Netflix or something. I'm actually putting in the work, but the business isn't growing. If that sounds like you, if that sounds like where you're at, then the several things I'm going to talk about in this episode should be super helpful. So main thing I think most owners need to focus on, all owners, is how can you reduce distractions and maximize your productivity? Which sounds simple, but it's not just kind of like an idea to think about. It's how can we tangibly do that to make it so you're successful automatically? I think that's a key in business in any regard is how to make yourself be successful and how to put systems in your environment set up in a way where you will be successful just because the environment is that way. 4 quick tips I have is number 1, turn off all notifications on your phone during work hours and potentially during all times of the day. But turning off all notifications will help you to be very intentional and you won't be distracted by anything that you're not focused on. Because every owner knows, every human knows that throughout the day, your phone pulls your attention 200 times a day. And you'll be doing something, boom, you get a ding, you look at it, even if it takes you 30 seconds, maybe even a minute. Now it takes you another 30 seconds or a minute to get back to that actual task that you were on, and then probably another minute or 2 to get fully focused again. So 4 or 5 minutes every single time. And if that's happening 200 times a day, you can see how time can just get away from you. So turn off all notifications, and then you'll only be focused on things you're trying to do. And most people realize once they turn off notifications, they'll have these itches to just pull out their phone. It's literally a habit. It's literally an addiction you need to break. And on the flip side of things too, you'll realize that you'll be sitting there sometimes and be like, I don't know what to do. Like my phone's not buzzing. I don't know what to do. And you'll realize how much dead time you have in a day because you get more done when you're focused on one task. So turn off all notifications. Number 2, delete social media from your phone. That's a tough one for everyone. But if you go back and look, how much time have you spent on social media in the last day, last week, last month? It's probably in the dozens of hours. Most people are spending 2 to 5 hours a day, and let's just say 2 hours a day. In the last month, that's 60 hours. Think of how much work you could get done in 60 hours of focused work. Even if it's on the small end, maybe you're just doing an hour a day. That's still 30 hours. If you deleted social media, 30 hours. That's almost a full work week. What could you get done in 30 hours? If you go out and knock doors for 30 hours, you could get 30 new customers. If you spend 30 hours marketing your company with social media posts, with branding, with different things online, with partners, with different influencers on social media, and reaching out to old customers and dead leads, like there's so many things you can do in 30 hours of time. And think 30 hours every single month. Over the course of the year, that's 360 hours of extra work that you would get done. And that's the kind of thing that's going to change your business. Just night and day. 360 more hours of work. So delete social media. Don't even give yourself that option to go on social media. Tip number 3, move deadlines up. So you want to set end of day as the default in your business. A lot of business owners, it's common that you give a task to someone, or you give a task to yourself, or a goal to yourself. And it's like, I'll get this done by the end of the week. Or, hey, can you give me this report end of the week? Or can you get this done by the end of the week? And it's always end of the week. But if you can set end of day as the default, you just 7x the speed of completion of things in your business. So rather than, hey, can you get this to me by the end of the week? It's by today. Boom. Now that employee or whoever gets that to you today. And now they have the rest of the week to get other tasks done. And same thing for yourself. When you set goals, a challenge I put out to you is most people set monthly goals, and it's, let's say, 25 new customers this month. Imagine if you said this week. So you pull that goal up 4 times closer. 25 new customers this week. You're going to get not only way more hardworking, but you're going to get super creative with what you do. And you're going to find more ways to get new customers, more ways to upsell, do referrals, cross-sell, more strategies that you didn't even think of because you're moving that deadline up. And by the end of the week, you might not get the 25, you might get 20, you might get 17, you might get 12. But whatever you get, you're going to be way closer and way farther on track than what you would have been if the goal was the monthly mark of 25. And you'll have tons of new and more strategies that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So with goals, with deadlines, with things you need done in the business, move it up and force yourself to get more done quicker. And have that standard with all your employees. Like, get this done, not end of the week, end of today. Not end of the month, end of today. And you'll see production just skyrocket. And then tip number 4, plan the night before. So once you have things mapped out, distractions are off, deadlines are moving up, you want to just map out your day the night before. So look over your calendar. What do you have? Do you have services? Do you have meetings? Do you have sales things to do? Just at least get it mentally in that frame, because that alone can save you 30 minutes to an hour that next day of just getting locked in. Because most people start their days and just kind of wake up, and whatever comes to them comes to them. But if you can wake up with a plan already in mind and with things already in mind of what you want to accomplish and what you are going to accomplish, you just speed past that hour or hour and a half of kind of waking up and checking the emails, thinking of what you're going to do, seeing what's happening. You already have a plan in mind. So those are the 4 tips. Turn off all notifications, delete social media, move your deadlines up, and then plan the night before. And then with that, I want to go over just the weekly planning strategy that I have every week. And again, this is kind of a different podcast than I've done before. This isn't very like pest control or sales or revenue related, but if you do this right, it leads to all those things: more sales, more customers, more revenue, more profit, more productivity, everything in the business. So here's a quick breakdown of how I plan my week every single week. And if you do the same strategy, and of course you can have your own little variations of things, but if you follow this structure, you will see your productivity and your business just skyrocket. I've done it myself, happened for me. I gave this training to all my clients that I'm working with right now, and many of them have told me already that it's just changed their business and how much they're getting done. So here's quick 5 steps. So number 1, review the previous week. Number 2, there's 3 questions you go over. Number 3 is you're going to make a to-do list. Number 4, time block. And 5, execute. So I'll go through each one by one, but number 1, review the previous week. A lot of people just go week after week after week and not ever looking back on what they got done. And even worse, a lot of people set goals and then they never actually hold themselves accountable to it. Like they said, like a fitness goal or a weight goal or sales goal or some sort of goal for every week or every month. And usually starts out the first few days or first week or 2 of that period. They're really intentional and they're working hard towards it. And then it starts to fade out. They get halfway done. It's like, I'm not on track. 3/4 way done. Like, it's okay if I don't hit it. And as the ending nears, they just kind of ignore it. And they never think about it. And there's no one that's holding them accountable so that they don't accomplish those goals. So it's really important to just review what happened, because that's going to make you more accountable to yourself and also know what to plan going forward. So review the previous week. What went well? What did I accomplish? What things need my attention? Where can I improve? Did I hit my goals? Just review those things. Write them out. And so you can be way more productive this upcoming week. So that's step 1. Review the previous week. Step 2, you're going to ask yourself 3 questions. It's the same 3 questions every week. and you're gonna write them out. And I prefer writing them out on the same page. So having a page split into 3 columns, you're gonna write out who am I, what gets me excited, and then what are my opportunities. And the idea here is if you flow through this in this order, who am I, what gets me excited, and what are my opportunities, you will be way more aligned with who you are, who you hope to be, and it's gonna flow through the rest of your business. So you're gonna start off with I am statements. So who am I? I am blank. I am blank. And write out 5 to 15 of each of these. So the goal is to write out your ideal identity. So who you are, who you want to be at the core. I am a elite business owner. I am an incredible salesman. I am a world-class father. I am the best husband. I like whatever you are in your life and what you want to be. I am an athlete. I am in the 1 percentile of, or 99th percentile of fitness. Like write those things out, because the things that you believe about yourself and the way you identify yourself shows up in how you behave. And again, these are things that you can't really tangibly correlate, and you can't say, 1 plus 2 is whatever. It doesn't, there's no math behind it, but the way you show up and the way you show up for your business, for yourself, for your family, you'll notice the differences. So write out those I am statements, and then next write out what gets you excited. So many people in life are going through life just, again, with whatever comes to them. They check their email and they respond to emails. They respond to customers who need their attention. They respond to employees who need their attention. And people just live in this kind of response mode of they do what the world needs them to do. But think about what gets you truly excited. And thinking about that, writing that out, helps you to live in this intentional way of focusing your time and attention on the most exciting things. And hopefully for you as a business owner, it is your business. Hopefully it's one of those things that get you excited, or family time, or different activities or hobbies or people in your life. And as you focus on those, some of those other things we talked about before start to fade away, like social media or distractions. Like social media doesn't get most people excited. They think it does, but for most people it's a distraction that helps them numb out to certain things. So write out what truly gets you excited, focus on those things throughout the week. And then lastly, what are your opportunities? This is an important one. Just list these out. And as you list these out, you're going to order them and figure out which ones are worth your time right now and which ones are cool to write down but don't need your time. So what are your opportunities? Sales opportunities, marketing opportunities, family opportunities, like whatever in your life, where are your opportunities? And that can help you just get a vision of where things are at. So that is step 2. Write out those 3 questions and 5 to 15 answers to each of those. Next, what you're going to do is make a checklist of all the things you need to do this week. And this checklist will come primarily from what you just wrote out, from who you are, from your opportunities, and from what gets you excited. And just write out an entire checklist of everything you need. And then what you'll do, step 4, pull out a calendar. I use my phone. It's super easy because it's always with you. Just Google Calendar. But now you're going to take everything on that checklist of what you need to do and put a time block on your calendar of when you're going to do it. This makes it super, super easy to get way more done. A lot of people just make checklists or to-do lists, and they just sit there and it's like, okay, you got to figure out how to do all this. But if you could just intentionally be like, okay, I have this sales meeting, Monday, 9 a.m. Okay, I need to contact this vendor. Okay, Tuesday at 10 a.m. I'm doing that. All right, I need to create this training manual. All right, Thursday from 1 to 3 p.m. I'm doing just that. All right, I need to do fill in the blank. Okay, Wednesday at 4 p.m. And if you just put it on the calendar, it's going to get done. So prioritize the to-do list first. What's most important? What are the things in your business that will actually drive the growth of the business? So most of those things that you write out on your to-do list will be maintenance things. The first couple of weeks you do this because you're just used to maintaining your business. But as you get better at planning and mapping out your life and your business, you'll realize there's only 3 or 4 things every week that will really propel the business forward. So put those on the top of the to-do list and schedule those first. One thing to just know and think about as you do all these activities is there are some fires in your business that you just need to let burn. And what that means is if you want to grow your business, you can't. You cannot just put fires out at all times. There are some fires that just need to burn, and it's okay. And you need to get in that habit of just knowing, because most entrepreneurs are so used to just putting out every fire and fixing their business, and that's what they do all the time. But just realize, for your business to grow, there's only 3 or 4 things that will actually grow the business. Everything else is maintenance. And so if it's not going to burn your business down, don't worry about that fire. If there's one unhappy customer that is taking up, if you focus on it's going to take you an hour of your day, it might be okay for that to burn, depending on where you're at with your company and the size of your company. Or if there's some invoice that's late and it would take 30 minutes to get the logins and passwords and get that paid right now, that might be okay to let it burn. So focus on the things that are most important and time block on your calendar when you're going to do each of those things. Put it on the calendar. schedule it, and then just continue down in order of importance. And hopefully you'll finish your to-do list, you'll finish scheduling, and you won't be done with your to-do list, because that will get you in the mental frame of, okay, not everything is worth my time. And you'll see at the bottom of the to-do list a lot of things that maybe you either need to hire out or just don't even focus on and worry about later. After you time block, step 5 is execute. So when you wake up every morning, and more importantly the night before, you look ahead to your day and you see, okay, here are my time blocks. Then you wake up the next day and you just execute. And it's super simple. You don't have any distractions. You don't have social media to go on to and waste time. You don't have anyone bothering you. And it's just like, okay, from 9 to 10, this is all I'm doing. You will be shocked what you can get done if you follow the system. Almost every time block, you'll realize you get either it done like in a third of the amount of time you thought you would, or you get it done way better and way more complete than you thought you would in that time. One or the other. You'll be shocked. So when you have even just 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours of complete focus, you will just blow things out of the water, and your business will grow so much faster. So it's not only moving up the deadlines, it's not just having no distractions, it's not just time blocking, it's all those things combined will just transform your business, because you're doing so many things better, faster, and more deliberately, and nothing's distracting you. Because every business owner works 40 to 50 hours a week. I mean, some a lot more, obviously. But true intentional work that's being done, that might be only 10 hours a week for a lot of people, because they're just bouncing between ideas and things and questions and emails and texts and social media and calls, and they're never really getting true work done. So if you can set up your calendar and your life in a way where you get true work done, 40 hours of true deliberate work, your business will just take off. So that's how business owners should manage their time. That's my plan. I can't say anything for you, but that's how I do it. That's what's transformed me, my life, my business, getting way more done, way sooner, way quicker, and way better. So with you and your business, hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully those few tips, taking out distractions, taking out social media, moving deadlines up, hopefully that's helpful. And then going through this weekly planning exercise, I do it every Sunday. Really just helps me map out my week. And one more thought is, a lot of owners set goals and they set numbers or revenue or sales. The cool thing with this is I tend to never set goals. Like, there's no numbers I'm chasing. There's no metrics I'm chasing. I'm just laying out the groundwork of a plan to follow through. And what I accomplish with this and how much I get done and the numbers I actually accomplish is way more than the goals I probably set for myself. Because most people just set a goal and then try to work towards it, and they're just spinning their wheels doing 100 different things a day. But if you instead just set the plan, you'll be shocked with what you accomplish. Don't even worry about the goal. Just focus on the plan. So that's a wrap for time management, getting more done in a day, being way more deliberate. Understand it's okay to let some fires burn. Stay focused on certain tasks at hand, and then just execute with that. If you're doing a task and you blocked off this hour for this task, and an employee calls you, it's okay to decline the call, and it's okay to decline a customer, or just truly focus on this thing. And if you can get your whole company on board with that and help them understand how you operate, then they'll know when they can contact you. They'll know why you're not responding. And this could be a whole other episode, but you'll find that the slower you are to respond, the better your team gets. I always just did that in my business, where if technicians were calling me, every time I would let it just go to voicemail, and then I'd call back 20, 30, 40 minutes later, and 9 times out of 10, they'd have it figured out. I check in, hey, I saw you called. Do you need something? Oh, no worries. I already, whatever. I needed gas. My card wasn't working, but I called the technician. He came over and helped me. Cool. Have a good day. Like, people will get creative and figure things out if you distance yourself from them and from the problems in the business. But that's a whole other episode. So anyway, hope this is helpful. Manage your time well. Be super deliberate, and you will just be shocked with how much time you have, how much you get done, how much further ahead you are in your business by doing it this way. So hope this is helpful. Share this with someone who might be struggling with managing their time well or growing their business faster, because this is one of those tricks where you think you need more leads, you think you need to do more marketing, you think you need more this, but in reality, if you just manage your time better, it'll probably fix every other problem in your business. So signing off. Hope this is helpful. See you on the next episode. Appreciate you listening, and I'll see you next time.